joined now by Abbey Onn, whose family is being held hostage in Gaza as we speak. Abbey, thank you very much for being with us right now. Can you first just tell us which ones of your relatives are being held right now?
We had five family members taken hostage on the 7th. 2 were subsequently murdered, and 3 are being held. So we are still fighting for Erez Calderon, who's 12, his sister Sahar, who's 16, and their father Ofer, 53.
And Abbey, when we're hearing about this possible deal, this one that's been delayed, that we could be hearing about in just about a half hour or so from the Qataris, what's going through your mind when you hear about the possibilities?
Look, it's a lot of anxiety. I think the 47 days leading up to this, every day felt like a week, and now every hour feels like a year. It feels like there's something on the verge, and we're just waiting for something concrete, which isn't even the signing, but the first 10 people being brought home. I think that's when some of us can exhale a little bit.
It's going to be a definitely challenging road ahead. There's another challenge in this too, and as someone who has lost so many family members in this nightmare, it's that this isn't going to be everyone. This is just women and children first. There will be many others, the men, many other family members that would remain. When you hear this, what goes through your mind?
Look, everything is heavy on my heart right now. I think all of the families that have hostages have become family to one another. And so each of their children, each of their parents, their siblings, they feel like mine. And it's hard for me to believe that not everyone is being released at the same time. I can tell you, though, that to a person, everyone rejoices in every release, and everyone believes that children have nothing to do with war. And so there's some sense in knowing that they would be among the first released.
Abbey, when we have all this back and forth and this uncertainty, as you've mentioned, this weight on your heart, do you maintain hope, or is this in many ways a cause for despair?
Always hope. There's hope until there's reason not to. It's one of the ways that I operate. Look, I have 10, 20 friends who are serving right now, and I believe that they will be safe until I'm told otherwise. I believe all the hostages will be brought home until we are told otherwise. I think it's the only way to operate in times of uncertainty, because hope leads to action, and that's what we need right now.
There are many people in Israel right now saying that the cost of this deal might be too high. What are your words to people around that are saying that maybe there are red lines that shouldn't be crossed? What do you tell them?
Look, I think the main responsibility of Israel's government and our military is to protect civilians. That didn't happen on October 7th. And if there is a chance right now to protect the lives, the innocent lives of civilians who were taken hostage on that day and have been held now for 47, 48 days, that is the main responsibility. I know it comes at a cost. I know it comes at the exchange of people who have posed grave danger to Israel. I know it comes at the cost of possibly endangering our soldiers even more. But these are innocent civilians, and we need to do everything we can to protect them.
Definitely a very, very heavy challenge and heavy burden on the hearts of everybody involved, families too. I guess following that one, when we're not entirely even certain what's going to happen over the course of the next half hour. We don't really know what's going on. And one of the other unknowns that we've been discussing for months now is we don't even know the condition that the hostages are in. Do you have a message, like so many other family members I've spoken to international agencies such as the Red Cross, who have not even been able to see the hostages to confirm their conditions or their medical needs?
I honestly don't understand why the world is not shouting for health organizations to be let in. I don't understand why the lives of innocent Israeli civilians should be less important than anyone else in this conflict. I don't know anyone in Israel that wishes harm to the civilians living in Gaza right now. I wish all of them to get aid, to be checked medically, and I don't understand why these organizations exist if not to do this, and why the world isn't shouting and demanding for them to be let in for signs of life, for medical aid. We know that people are wounded. We know there are cancer patients. We know people need medicine. We saw a woman die this week at the hands of Islamic Jihad because she didn't get her medicine. This is urgent. Every day, every hour, every moment that they're not getting medical care is critical to saving their lives. And it should be an issue of global urgency, and I'm fully dumbfounded as to why it's not.
Abby, it's the same questions that we're asking ourselves. There's very little that we can do except say that we are praying for you. We are praying for your family, not just us here in studio, but us as a nation as a whole. Abby, thank you for being on to share your story.
Thanks for having me.